Hello, this is Jessica Alexandrakis with Life Under Quilts, and today I'm going to make a short hand stitching video showing some needle turn applique for the turtle beach quilt that I've been working on. This is a wonderful two fabric pattern by Pacific Rim Quilt Company, Connie Sayler and Nancy Lee Chong. Two fabric applique quilts. Oh my goodness, I don't know if anything else makes me as instantly satisfied as a two fabric applique quilt. But here we go. Let's see what I can get started with today. I've been working on this project as part of a private lesson. And so if I make a little video, then my student can watch it over and over as well. If you're interested in taking private lessons on any quilt project you'd like to take on, please get in touch. You can always go to lifeunderquilts.com, and I'd be happy to hear what we can sew together. So the new trick that I learned over the last lesson is that you don't have to let the weight of the additional fabric pull everything off the table. So I went ahead and I folded up just gently the ends of my applique piece. I'm going to pull the camera and everything a little bit closer so I don't have to stretch so far across. And I wanted to just review the tools that I'm working with today. So if anybody's new to this, you'll have an idea. All right. The tool I'm most excited about, of course, are my Kai scissors. They're incredibly sharp. I've also got my thread snips, a white bohine pencil, marking pencil, some Robot Mom Sews thread gloss. Can you see that one? I absolutely love this brand and this scent. As always, I have a Clover open top thimble. This is adjustable. My 42-year-old hands are a size small. And I think I've got some sharps that I'm appliquing with today. Not really sure what's on there. All right, so I'm going to take my pattern, which I set here. And you can see that I'm working at the top quadrant. I just made that first corner of the frame, and I'm going to trace again the upper flipper of the top guy because I can't really see the lines there. This line is a cutting line, and then I'm doing it in needle turn applique. Oh yeah, no, I totally can't see that line. Hold on. I'm just using sunlight as my light source right now. I did pull my table as close to the window as I could, but okay. So here I'm just going over that line. This white marking pencil will rub off. It actually, the bohine one comes with an eraser, super cool. But it does mean that I want to redo them every so often because this pattern is great. Some of the lines you cut away and then applique both pieces down, and others you cut and remove the entire section. So there's a lot of good skills and practice to get in here. Plenty of peaks and valleys if you are looking to improve your needle turn work. Okay, so now I redrew my line. I'm going to carefully put my scissors between the two layers and just make a small snip right along there. And then I can pull that back. I'm going to cut along that line as well, just a bit, so I can fold it up and see where I'm going. I do have a needle there already. And instead of trying to sew up, I'm going to turn the whole piece so you can see there. At this point, it's going to be easier to grab the fabric from the top. I'm using my non-dominant hand to support underneath. And you can see I push that seam allowance under, oh, and then smooth out with my needle. Get rid of any stray threads that might be coming up. Okay, so again, I push that under a bit, smooth it out, and then my applique stitch is a whip stitch, which is very easy and convenient to have in your stitching skill set. It's the same stitch that I used to finish bindings. Oh no, you see what happened? My thread broke, and this means I get to take it out. Well, people love getting to see the pros mess up, right? So I will remedy this by snipping it here where it's broken, getting rid of that one. And I'm going to go back a few stitches and try to secure that up a little bit more. Pull here. I can't make a knot or anything, so I'm going to tuck that under. And my little trick here is that I'm just going to start stitching and stitch over that a bit. And this, being a wall hanging, is not going to get the same amount of use as a bed quilt, so we have no need to worry about that. Frustrated with this one. Oh, come now. Don't make me have to stop the video. Whew. Ah, there we go. I applique with a single thread with a knot at the end. And my thread gloss, which hopefully will stop the thread from tangling up and breaking on me again. Okay. All right. To get in here, I'm gonna slide my needle up to, I don't know, maybe a centimeter. So nearly half an inch back. That's where my thread broke. I buried my knot there. Turn my piece again. Oh, fold over all the excess. Here I'm just stitching over the stitches I've made before to secure the thread that broke. And once I get to it and hide it in there, we will go back to needle turn. Oh, no, don't want you to go there yet. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna hide my broken thread underneath. Get in there, dude. And continue the needle turn applique here. I do take my time with needle turn for this kind of pictorial shape because I actually want my turtle fins to be awesome. You can needle turn that thread right underneath, and then I'm going to come right here and not let it sneak out by taking just a few stitches right on top of the loose spot there, securing it underneath, and then give that a nice little tug. Oh wow, hold on, now I got to improve that curve because My turtle's getting a little bit wonky over here. Remember, we are cutting off several threads that are just not going to want to cooperate because we are cutting the curve into the fabric. Oh, good, cool. So I tug that down there. I have my non-dominant hand underneath, so I'm basically poking my middle finger the entire time. If this is your first time trying needle turn applique, congratulations! My student asked if there were, thinking maybe this pattern were too big of a jump from, stitching little hearts and then going all the way to here. And I said, no. Sticking with 2 fabrics is definitely an easier way to applique than adding on a whole bunch of other ones yet. So we take it step by step. We perfect our skills, practice, and enjoy the practice. Guys, I have several classes starting this fall in person here in Long Island, and I would love to know if you guys are able to make it. That'd be great to see. If you want to put a comment there or share the video, share the link. I'll be teaching at the Uniondale Public Library in Uniondale, New York, which is in Nassau County, kind of mid-central Nassau. I'll be there on Thursday, September 8th, and again Thursday, October, first Thursday of October, I want to say, but I'm not sure the date right in front of me. This week on Thursday, the class is getting to know your sewing machine, so I don't just do stuff by hand. And then next month in October, we are going to be making aprons. I'm very excited to start using the sewing machines that the library purchased just as the pandemic was taking over our lives, and they were not able to have in-person classes with these 8 gorgeous machines they just bought. So I'm very happy to get to introduce everybody to the library's resources, because our tax dollars pay for our libraries, guys. And everybody else's tax dollars pay for their libraries. So make sure you visit libraries wherever you go. They're wonderful places. And if you want more craft classes at your library, you should talk to the reference desk, and they will put you in touch with their adult programming director. And this is the same, I think, for most public libraries across the United States. At least that's who I've always talked to go in and teach places. But they do schedule things quite far in advance. Okay, so if you'd like to have me come to your library and you're here in Long Island, actually, or in any of the boroughs, most likely we'd start scheduling that for 2023. But if you are nowhere near New York and you still want to have me teach you, I'm happy to do it on Zoom, guys, for large and small groups, because I have a goal to teach everybody how to quilt, and one stitch at a time, right? That's how we take it. Okay, I'm going to need to remove this piece in order to cut away the rest of my flipper there. My other turtle's head is coming up here. Let me move rid of the pattern again. Let me redraw that one first. I see my lines starting here. If you want to follow along with what I'm doing, Life Under Quilts, please, of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Ooh, yeah, see, I don't like that one. Share everything, right? And you can find me on Instagram at Jessica Alex is the long-term account that's been going as long as Instagram's been there. But Life Under Quilts is the business account, and there I will put up things for sale and a schedule of classes. I'm also on Facebook begrudgingly, because Lots of people use that platform to get information locally, and that's important to me. Oh, wait, what happens at the shoulder? Oh, the shoulder does have a little bit of a weird thing. Okay, cool. All right, and then come down here to connect that flipper, and then we connect here, other side of the flipper, and right back, and up the side, which we already did. All right, so maybe I can cheat a bit with that piece, because if you know me, you know I want to keep this entire scrap intact so I can use it later on something I don't know. But I will cut there. You definitely want to have nice sharp scissors for this part. If you don't have scissors that are only fabric scissors, now's a good time to start that. I'm going to snip right across to his face and cut a bit that way. And then I can go ahead and flip that over again. Turn the whole piece. Get rid of my pencil and the scissors. So I can come in and take out the fabric I don't need for the next section. Now I am going to come back and treat that armpit corner a little bit differently when I come down there. But right now I just want to get this part of the fabric away so I can see where I'm going next. Keeping the point on his nose and the shape of his head. Now I have my non-dominant hand, of course, pulling the fabric a bit taut, so I can go around there. Okay, and I've basted, to my own satisfaction, so I know that that fabric's not going anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna come around here to the armpit at least. So, will I save the scrap? You bet I will. That's why we have paper crafting classes, right? So we can take the tiny fabric that doesn't fit and toss it right in there. Okay, back to my flipper. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to leave a comment. I don't mind at all making follow-up videos that will show off the next steps here. I do use my fingers to press and the firmness of the table that I'm sitting at in order to get some of the other creases into the fabric. You can, of course, use your fingernails, the side of the needle to push it out, or smash it down. Going around this curve, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm gonna lose the gentleness of the curve, so I tuck in the fabric and push out again, and then pull in where I want it to go in. Okay, that's what I want. Hold it steady and get those stitches in there. Take about 3 or 4 stitches, and then give a little tug. And I just want to give a shout out, many thanks to all of the hand stitching teachers that I've worked with and practiced under and learned from. Fortunately, I don't remember the name of the woman who taught the Hawaiian applique class at Dream Quilters in Decatur, Georgia. Decatur? Yeah, maybe. Back in 2002 when I took that class. Or maybe it was 2003? It was before I got married anyway. And sadly, I believe Dream Quilters is no more. But if you remember Dream Quilters at the turn of the century in suburban Atlanta, just leave me a comment so I can connect with the history of 21st century American quilting. Because that's what we're doing right now, guys. We're making that. We are making the history with our quilts. We are preserving the skills and hopefully passing them on. Yes, so I took a fantastic Hawaiian applique class at that shop by a white woman who had lived in Hawaii, I believe. Those are far, far, far before talks of appropriation. But I'm definitely interested in the discussions around how we should capture that part of history before, especially from the perspective of how the world has shifted now, 20 years later. You know, our language is just different. We talk about things differently. Anyway, sidebar. Okay, cool. You're gonna come back. Again, I'm using the needle from the underside to like scratch the threads into alignment so I can get the curve that I want. I'm only turning under about 1/8 of an inch or a little bit more. Like, what did they say? 3/16 is what the pattern recommends. This pattern can be done in any applique method that you choose, but I like that it does have the needle turn applique instructions written right in the pattern. So props to, hold on, there again. Props to Connie Johnson Sayler and Nancy Lee Chong for including instructions in their Turtle Beach pattern for needle turn, applique by hand. I believe there's fusible instructions and also raw edge. So way to hit everybody's preferences. But as I'm sure you're aware, there are not so many hand quilting demonstrations and instructional videos, hand applique in this case. I'd like to change that a few stitches at a time if I can. So again, thank you very much for watching. Ow! Sorry. This is not a highlight reel video. You're watching all of my struggles and as they happen, you know. Thread breaks, unhappy tears, folds, puckers. Oh, puckers. And there again, it's just this needle. I don't like this needle anymore. It is too sharp at the eye, and even with conditioner, takes the edge off my thread. So, down with this one, and I will pull over. I found this little case, guys. Oh my gosh. It's, caboodles. I got it at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, I don't remember. Anyway, let's get rid of this one. If I don't like the needle, I put it on the back of my pincushion. I come back here and everything. Does that even have a, no, that one's really broken. All right. Looks like I have only betweens. Nothing wrong with betweens, of course. Oh, wait, what is that? Ooh, that's an embroidery. So one more sharp here. My preferred thread is Gutermann, 100% cotton. No, I am not affiliated, but oh my god, I've been a fan for some 20 years. Because it's made in Greece. Funny, that, huh? And I was in Greece wanting quilters for so long and couldn't find them. And as soon as I stopped going to Greece, there started a wonderful connective quilting movement on the internet of quilters in Greece. And it's out there. So if you are in Greece and you want to sew, you can do that. You can find them. And I'm happy for whoever is able to continue our continue passing on the skills. All right, here I'm going to pause. What I'll do is rethread the needle and then just tie it off. So I guess you want to see that too, huh? All right, we are almost at half an hour for this video. Oh, really? Seriously? All right, cool. Ow, ow, ow. Fun fact, I can't push a needle through at all without my thimble. I'll put that one there. And then I'll put it all the way to the back. Flip the piece over. Oh, now we get to admire our turtle from the back side. How cute is he? Stay there. Okay, and to finish this thread, I'm going to pull up, take 3 small stitches in a row, making a little channel, and that's where we're going to bury our thread. I do not tie a knot at the back. Just go like that and run the needle through, making sure none of the stitches came through in the front. Give it a tug and cut it off. I can get rid of that needle. Find this one that I've prepped. I'm going to turn slightly, bury my needle. I don't like that. Oh my gosh, there's a pucker there that I want to get rid of. Hold on. Maybe? Maybe? I know, you'll say, nobody sees it, don't worry. But as I'm making it, I want it to be made well, right? Okay, don't let me untie that. And again, I'm taking a few stitches over stitches I've made already. To get in for this underarm area, I have not cut. I will make a small cut here at the angle that I want, but right now I'm just gonna smush all that in, and then again to make sure I get the seam I want. When you're going into an inside curve like this, concave, the fabric will really nicely make that curve for you. On the convex edge, of course the outer edge, it's a little bit harder because you have all of the cut threads that don't want to bend, but here all the intact threads of the green fabric want to stay that way, and so they will bend gently for you and hopefully make a beautiful line. Uh-oh, what is that? Oh, see, it's already coming out, so hold on. Now, to make sure I can turn it as much as I want, first of all, study pattern. Do I want, no, I want a point in my armpit, not an inside curve. So, here I go, deciding where I want that point. Snip about less, I mean, a few, less than a quarter, right? So 3/16, I guess we're at still. when I get close to the point that I want there. See, I've slid the needle under and pushed down all of those fabrics to kind of make a gradual seam allowance that come to an end. And then I will make some deeper stitches right there in the corner where I want it to have that visible point. I'm going to go here, and then to get the stitch to work, I'm putting it in the blue fabric only and not the green fabric, right at the bottom of the point. And that way I can tug and have it go wherever I want it to. And I will secure that with another deeper stitch in the armpit. Tug, tug, smush, smush. Flip the entire piece around. And coming in from here. And this side has been appliqued already. The first thing I did were, well, the big lemon shapes. That's the first to tack down the center of the green to the entire piece. And so I'm happy to get to finally put the other side down. So that's my curve. I'm coming here with the convex again, so all the edges of the fabric are going to want to go up. But I'm going to push them down that way. And then, how exactly did I plan on getting that in? Oh yes, like that. Push it all the way in. Ha ha ha. And then with the needle and thread, I'm able to tell the fabric where to go and use the pressure and heat of my fingers to put in creases. These are all the little tips of needle turn applique that you can learn and that you will practice in a piece like this, where you go around and follow your line drawing, stitching fabric down and cutting away the ones that you don't need. This is also called cutaway applique. Okay. Hip. And this is where the arms are going to meet the large turtle and the small turtle. So let me, oh my god, that's so pretty. I love this fabric. This is a batik that I got off a Facebook D-stash group. If you guys aren't finding the fabrics that you like, remember everybody has if you've been quilting a while, you got a huge stash, and we're not going to get to sew with all of it. And when times get tough, quilters like to unload or de-stash fabric, and you can get some amazing deals. I want to say this batik was $7 a yard, which is half the price of normal batiks in the shop. So keep your eyes out, guys, if you don't mind not having the newest thing. Then enjoy the opportunities, trash to treasure, as they call it. going to go ahead and end this thread because I can feel it's getting worn. When I end the thread, I make sure to take the stitches over the green applique that I put down, and that way they won't show through in your background fabric. All right. Okay. I don't know which hand to hold it from, or which side to hold it from, as I, getting to the center of the piece. You have a lot of fabric in your hand, whichever one you choose from. Myself that I can put the rest of the fabric up because it's all very, very well basted and not going anywhere, and that way I don't need to worry about the weight of the fabric pulling the piece off the table every time I turn it. Okay, so that's good, but do I like how that's gonna lead into his hip there? Oh, there, I did not cut it. I just bent it over. I'm gonna have to cut that in a sec. Hold on. Oh, if you have this little problem, you just pull it up with your needle, slide underneath that. It's not a knot, it's just a twist. And then you can get that twisted right out. Untangling knots, man. So much of these days. So much of my life under quilts is spent untangling knots. Okay, here we go. Thank you. I had already kind of turned that fabric under when I was making the above seam coming into the corner. So I'm gonna slide the needle between those two layers, find that point there, and just, again, smooth it out. Only on one side of the V. I will come up and do the other side in a second. And then knowing that I'm gonna want that deeper. Remember, I go in just in the blue fabric. I'm just in the background fabric, so I can pull that in with a few deeper stitches and give him the hip and the hip flipper that the hip flipper? Yeah, I did just say that, okay. Needle turn, guys. Use that needle. Push that fabric inside. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And then smooth it out again. Okay. And this is a bit fussy because, hold on, I almost lost my needle. Because it's coming into the next corner there. What is that? That's the arm to arm, so I just want it to go like that. Get back in there. This line is going to carry out and get cut again over here. So just want to make sure I like how that is lining up. Again, I'm not super concerned about too many of the things because this is going to go up on the wall and not on top of the bed. I'm definitely looking forward to having this one on the wall. Okay, so all of my little corner pieces are being held down quite nicely with these additional deeper stitches into the corner there. And now I'm coming up top of the shell and neck of the big turtle. I want that to be there. Now, little cut piece of pinkness gold. Thank you. Ow! Ow! I might start bleeding. That hurt a lot. See, sharps, guys, are the applique needles, and they're called sharps because they're sharp. No blood yet. We're good. But I have pulled out the bottles of lotion, and I am doing my best to keep my skin healthy through the coming fall. I'll definitely get dry hands because I wash my hands so often because I want my fabric to stay clean. Oops. Oops. I unthreaded my needle, so give me just a sec. I love how those pink circles ended up on the shoulder. Yeah, guys, so buy fabric when you see it and you like it because the shops create a the retailers create a sense of urgency because it really is there, guys. They don't order very much, and so if you want it, buy it. And if you don't use it for 15 years, that's okay. Life is long, guys, if we're lucky. When I feel I'm not able to turn it well, it's because I lose the pressure of my hand that's underneath the fabric. And so I stopped and just moved that finger over. And then I stitched right through the pad of my middle finger on my left hand. Ow, ow, ow. Guys, really, quilting's so dangerous. there. Okay, fine. And that's where I need to go in deep there. I am in the hand applique camp that it's okay if your stitches show because you hand stitched it. I don't know why people want to hide the fact that they have skills or that they know people who have skills. I see my thread is getting weak right there. And so, this is my other trick. I'm going to go all the way to the back, pull out here. I see that weak part in my thread. With my thumb on the underside, I'm just going to go through the background fabric right along the stitching line. As I would in EPP, I do the same thing. If I can get in there. There. Till, there's fine. And that hid the weak section underneath those stitches. Ow. Poke yourself, come out right a few stitches behind where you had been, and just travel back to where you were. Not bleeding yet, good. And then I can even go, you know, run under to where I wanted to come out again and start there. Because the fabric is not the weak part, it was just that bit of thread. And hopefully that will stop me from having to worry about a break. Okay. My gut is saying stop here. It's not coming through the front, no. No, not. I'm gonna zoom out for a sec, guys, so you can see how far I've got today. I started, where were we? Here, I think. Came around, put in some points, down to here, cut away that excess piece, and now I'm coming up on the big turtle's head. So I'm going to stop the video here. Thank you very much for stitching along and watching me as I put together the Turtle Beach applique pattern by Pacific Rim Quilt Company. Again, this is Jessica Alexandrakis with Life Under Quilt. Please like, share, subscribe, and all those other things my kids say in YouTube videos. And I'm happy to stitch with you guys, so thanks for being with me today.